what we do, we contextualize your data and help you become data ready or AI ready. So let me quickly. So what we are doing is we are trying to solve a $2.3 trillion data gap. So if you look at global spend on digital transformation, it is roughly $2.3 trillion worldwide. 30% of the enterprises only succeed in achieving this digital transformation outcome. 70% of the organization, they have data which can't be used, unused data, and only 12% of the organization are AI ready. So what we are talking from that perspective is, so who are we? We are recognized by Forrester as top 34 business augmented company worldwide. We are challenger when it comes to data governance. Recently, last quarter, we won League of 10 award from NASSCOM, and last week we were part of Tech 30 from your story. We have been participating in reInvent in MWC Barcelona. That's enough of us. So seems like that's So what we do, we call it as a maturity level 1 organization. So these are the organizations for whom the information is sitting in different silos. It can be process silo, it can be data silo, it can be organization silo. So we help those organizations unify the data so that data layer can be built and AI can be done on top of it. For maturity level 2 organizations, so these are the large cap industry, for example, Barclays of the world, Standard Chartered of the world, who have solved for the data problem. So how we can put a conversational layer on top of it. This is what we do with the second set of organization. If we can move to the next slide, please. So what we are doing, this is a sense it captures. On one side, you have your CRM systems, you have your ERP system, you have your OpCo, OpCo structure sitting together. Data is logged in these systems. And you bring everything together to build a 360 view, 360 of finance, 360 of HR, 360 of supply chain, procurement, whatever departmental or function you are talking about. And then once the data and metadata is unified, how you can start asking questions the way you ask question to your colleague. Okay, how my sales look like? What are the drivers for my sales? You can ask both a descriptive or a root cause analysis sort of a question. That's what we are good at. If we can move to the next one. So from a product standpoint, as I said, 3 things what we do. We help first unify your data and metadata. Once it is done, we are preparing you from AI readiness so that your business use cases or data can be contextualized. Within the context of your business, how an answer can be written. That's what we do at a very high level. If we can move to the next one, please. These are the typical stats. It's a complete no-code platform. What a traditional players like of Informatica to GCPs to AWS of the world, with the traditional spend, if you are doing something upward of $3 to $5 million, putting a team of 15 to 20 people, we can achieve it at a fraction of cost in a fraction of time. That's what we bring to the table. Next one. So I'll quickly talk about 3 use cases from that perspective. So first one, we are very proud of this one. This is something which is currently rolled out to 60 airlines flying in and out of India. We have done it along with Indigo and GDS, which is Travelport. So when you book an air flight, there's a fair rule. If you cancel flight 2 hours before the departure, it will cost you this much. This is the penalty. If you want to exchange, this is how much it will cost. So these rules are written in a long text format. And the style of writing is very different from people to people. So it's a very people-dependent process. It's a long, unstructured text. We're talking about 300, 400 pages documents, right? So now, just to give you a statistics, there are roughly 2 billion transactions which happens annually for an airline industry, which cost around 15 to 20% of penalty, which attract 15 to 20% of penalty on misinterpretation of these fair rules. When you call a contact center, if the penalty is not due, they are giving you, or they have deducted where it is not applicable. So how we can leverage large language model in translating this unstructured data into something which is structured, and responses can be done with more than 99% accuracy. So this is what we have done, and this is world's first large language model favorable interpretation. I'll talk about quickly on the retail side, just looking at the time. So this is a large retail outfit which has more than 30 brands. They want to roll out, they want to democratize their insights so that anybody from store to teams to senior management can ask question on the data. They want to understand what promotion I should be giving. They want to understand what discount I should be offering. If this type of customer walks in, how I should be treating this customer. So these questions need to be answered where the data is stored within Databricks in their case. Data is stored in Azure Data Factory in their case. How you can put a context. We are talking about 6 to 8 personas, starting from merchandising to store manager to finance to sales to marketing team. So how all of this can be combined, and within the context of that persona, within the context of that particular brand, how an answer can be made relevant is what we are bringing to the table. So we can move to the next one. So these are some of the brands, starting from banking customer like American Express to PCBB to Indigo. I spoke about Landmark. These are some of the customers we work with. We are based out of Gurgaon. You can move to the next one. And why us? So what we are differentiating or what we are bringing to the table is how we can unify data and metadata, help you build a single semantic layer, and that is the reason we are able to give better accuracy than some of the NLP or NLQ tools or services which are available from the big giant, and we are creating our way from that perspective, how we can bring data and metadata together and help you build a context out of the data and get you an answer to your question in fraction of time and fraction of cost. That's what we do. Thank you.